Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of All Around the Platinum, the show where we platinum games, we talk about the journey of it, we talk about the difficulty, the enjoyment, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I recommend it, and we learn about the platinum experience when it comes to these games. And today's game is a pretty controversial one when it came out back in 2022. It's Gotham Knights. So when I went into this game, I was fully aware of the fact that this game was not very popular, and the fact that it was apparently a very grindy platinum trophy. Turns out people were right. And I'm not going to lie, it was not the most enjoyable or fun experience. I got to be honest, it wasn't really that fun or enjoyable at all. I didn't really enjoy it pretty much at all. But let's get into learning a little bit about the game before I start talking too much about the game in general. So here we go. Gotham Knights is a 2022 action role-playing game developed by Warner Bros. Games Montreal and published by Warner Bros. Games themselves. It was released for PS5, Xbox Series X and Series S, xCloud Gaming and Microsoft Windows. The composers for the game, funny enough, that we were given, is Samuel Lafalme, Jouer Deman, I apologise, and Jean-Phi Goncalves. I'm sorry, I butchered all those names. The genre of the game is an action role-playing game, a fighting game, an adventure game, and just adventure, and obviously the publisher was Warner Bros. Games. And yeah, I mean, let's learn a little bit more about the stats, shall we, on PSN profiles. So out of the 55,502 game owners, according to PSN profiles, 11,179, which is 20.14%, have the platinum, with 2,005, 3.61% only holding the 100%. Again, DLC has come out for this game, so if you want the 100%, you have to go and get all of that stuff too. As for the difficulty, according to PSN profiles, this is a 3 out of 10 difficulty, will require 2 playthroughs and takes an estimated 40 hours to complete. And yeah, I've got to be honest, this game was truly disappointing. It was one of those games that I found myself, while I was going for the platinum and having to do all the side content and collectibles and all of the just chore sort of stuff, I basically just had something on in the background, whether it be a YouTube video, an audiobook, whatever, while I was playing the game mindlessly while focusing on the other thing. The story to the game as well is not the worst thing that I've ever experienced, but it's definitely lacking a lot. And it was incredibly disappointing, especially with the whole, you have the faction. I can't remember their name. I'm not super into the comics and stuff with this one, but I did know from watching other people's videos and educating myself on kind of the faction of the Owls. I'm not going to remember the name, and I know I'm going to get shit for not remembering it, and someone's going to say, lol, faction of the Owls. Yeah, I know that's not what they're called. You know, they were underutilized in the game, apparently, and according to a lot of people that were obviously into the story and everything, their story is a lot better than what was portrayed in this game, and they were kind of just a side note compared to basically the characters you play as taking over for Batman. The best part about this game, actually, in my opinion, was the side stories, the side quests that you got to do for Harley Quinn, Penguin, and I can't remember who the other one was, I apologise. But yeah, specifically Penguin and Harley Quinn were definitely highlights for me when it came to this game. Their stories and their side quests activities were definitely some of the more compelling entertainment from the game, and that's where the game, in my opinion, really shined, and I enjoyed it because the storytelling was fantastic through those storylines, and the acting as well was really good for whatever reason. Like, those voice actors did a great job. The rest of them are okay. There's a few lines that are just fucking weird, but as is the case when it comes to these types of games. But yeah, a very, very grindy experience as well. There are a lot of trophies in this game that are very grindy. For instance, getting every single collectible in the game is just a fucking chore. Preventing 250 crimes in Gotham City just is over the top. You don't need 250. 100 would have been enough. Like, it's just one of those games that you really struggle to push yourself to get the platinum for, because it's just dull and boring. Not a lot more happens, and you end up just sitting there being like, well, I'm bored now. I can't be asked to do another fucking 150 crimes to try and get that done. So, yeah, it's very, very frustrating, and, you know, there are very specific ones as well. Like, for instance, there's a trophy called Talent, which basically requires that you defeat 40 Feral Talons, 25 Gladiator Talons, and 15 Hunter Talons. And the problem is, the hunter talents are fucking rare, like stupidly bloody rare. It's really, really annoying. There's also one called the Man-Bat family, defeat 10 Man-Bats in Gotham City, which you'd think is pretty easy. They literally spawn in only 3 locations. There's 5 of them in the main story, so that gets you halfway. But then when you finish the game, they only spawn in 3 places, and they don't always spawn there every night. So your better option is just to replay through the bloody game and get the 5 like that. It's so infuriating to have to do, and sometimes I did find myself wondering if I was going to get this platinum, because honest to God, the grind in it is ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, as someone that has platinumed Marvel's Avengers before the servers got closed, that was a fucking awful grind. Don't get me wrong, that was awful. I wouldn't put this on the same level, but it is damn close. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, there are 49 trophies in the game if you want to get the platinum, and 62 trophies in total if you want to go for the 100%. But we obviously went for the platinum, so we only had to get those 49 trophies. It took me a total of 5 months, 2 weeks, 4 days, 5 hours and 58 minutes from the first trophy I got to the last trophy to get this platinum, because it was literally a grind that I just didn't have fun with. But yeah, overall, disappointing experience. But before we get into my ratings, let us watch all 49 of those trophies pop, including that glorious platinum. Say it with me.
Taking out Gotham scum. We'll be fine. Eventually.
Are you proud of us? I'm proud of us.
Dr. Q.
Got it. I'll get right on this.
Thanks. Pretty sure we're in for some bad news.
Thank you.
Figures. There's new information on the board. Looks like enough. Belfry, I got a pile of that clay for us to run tests on.
Great. Well,
Sounds like our kind of party.
The evidence board has been updated. Our scanners have picked up more traces of Clayface. The details are on the back.
Built this too. Must be important.
Good work. We'll wait for you back at the Belfry.
I'm coming back. Finally found it.
There's nothing left for me here. Nothing left for me here.
Aw, shit, Red Hood!
Idiots still think they have a chance.
Nearby units requested at Fort Dumas. Possible kidnapping in progress. Officers proceed with caution.
Nice surprise!
Damn it! Someone get me out of here!
Nice! I'm posting this one in the Belfry. There. That's it. They have to kill each other.
And let's be ready when we're caught in between them. We updated the board while you were out.
Whoever attacked the masquerade was good. They didn't leave any evidence behind.
Finally found it. That's it, Belfry. The file should be on the server now.
I confirm.
I pinned new information on the board.
The evidence board has been updated. The evidence board has been updated.
There we go. Looks like this is it. Yeah, that works.
There's new information on the board.
Crap! Better take a look.
I'll come with.
Hey, Red Hood's here! Bet you didn't see that coming.
Get ready. Show me what you got.
As expected. Well done. You've...
Alright, since now we have seen the platinum popping, let us jump into my ratings for this game. This should be interesting. So, to start off with entertainment-wise, I would give this a 3 out of 10. I honestly had more fun and more enjoyment, yeah, that's not a joke, with DC League of Super Pets. I don't know, this game was really unenjoyable. Don't get me wrong, so, like I said, the highlights for me were the Harley Quinn and the Penguin sort of side storylines that you could do. And again, it's not the ratings that I give in these videos. Don't forget, this isn't like a review of the game. The idea is that I'm talking about the platinum and how to get all the trophies and stuff, and that's where the enjoyment didn't come from. If I had just played through the story of this game, I reckon I would rate it about a 6 out of 10. Or maybe a 5 out of 10, actually. A 5 out of 10 is probably more reasonable. It's not good, not bad. It's kind of in the middle. It's meh, it's boring. But, you know, I could survive with that, like, just playing that. But going for this platinum was genuinely unfun. Some of these trophies are unnecessarily grindy and ridiculous, and you don't need to be doing that. It's utterly ridiculous. It's stupid. The amount of grind that some of these bloody trophies take is actually a joke. And I think they legitimately only put them in there to make people, like, to kind of force people to have to grind out all of these ridiculously long trophies. And like I said, some of which were completely unreasonable in length. So yeah, it's not on. It's really, really just pathetic. And yeah, I just hope that maybe they'll address that in their future game. I think the Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League was their next one, and that's not really highlighting well either at the moment. So I mean, it's probably not gonna go that well. But yeah, bitterly disappointing, and I think I'm going to stick with my score of 3 out of 10. So as for difficulty with this game, now this is an interesting one because some of the trophies are slightly tougher than the others. So personally myself, I would give this a 4 out of 10 for difficulty, one higher than PSN Profiles, and that's just simply for me because of the grind, the sheer amount of grind. It is actually a joke, and it is ridiculous how much grind there is in this game. For the fact that, you know, they insisted that you could play through this game solo, it's an utter ball ache. It's such a pain in the arse, and I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it. And, you know, despite the fact that a lot of these trophies are not that difficult to get, it's just the fact that they are such a massive grind. The difficulty comes from just trying to keep playing and trying to keep grinding out those things without losing brain cells. But yeah, there are some more tougher trophies in there, but the trophy we're going to be actually listing as the hardest one is this. So the hardest trophy, in my opinion, in the entire game is literally read all about it. Collect all the missing pages from the mythical, by God, Historia Strigida. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. But yes, that one. Read all about it. And the reason that I give it to this is because it's a collectible trophy, and don't get me wrong, I am fine with collectible trophies. I've talked about this in the past on this show. Like, I'm absolutely fine with going for collectibles for a trophy. I don't have a problem with that when they're interesting and when they're not overused. There are so many collectibles in this game. It is ridiculous. There are way too many. There are way too many grindy trophies. If there weren't so many grindy trophies, I actually don't think the collectibles would be that much of a problem. They'd be a bit of a pain in the butt, but they're not the end of the world. Problem is, it's everything about this game is grind. Grind, 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 grind. Leveling up, grind. Get better gear, grind. Get all the collectibles, grind. Killing certain enemies that you can only find at specific locations at specific times in the game, grind. It's all just about getting you to play the game as much as possible, and that is not a good way to gain people's enjoyment. You just burn people out. And the problem is there are certain parts of the missing pages that are fairly well hidden, but some of them feel really cheap. Like, some of the hidden places feel really, really cheap, and I didn't like that. It actually did bother me quite a bit. But there we are, guys. That's the hardest trophy. So let's wrap this up, shall we? Oh, yeah. In my opinion, there's the game. Gotham Knights. A bitterly disappointing game that I kind of wished would have been better, and it's a massive shame that it wasn't. It had a lot of potential, but it's just in combination with the grind, the gameplay not being that great, it's just boring, and it's the same stuff over and over. It's basically button mashing. It was such a step down from the Arkham series that I think, yeah, just a bitterly disappointing game, and I certainly won't be getting Suicide Kill the Justice League. Or Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, because from what I've seen of that game, it just doesn't look like they've learned absolutely anything from Gotham Knights. But yeah, that's my opinion. That is my choice. Of course, let me know down in the comments, guys, if you've platinumed this game, or if you've played this game. What were your opinions? What were your thoughts? What did you think about the game? And of course, hit that like button or the dislike button if you enjoyed or didn't enjoy the video. And yeah, hit the subscribe button for more content like this. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I actually don't know what the next platinum's going to be. I got this platinum back in November on the 24th. I haven't got a platinum since, because I've been so busy and just so much has been going on in December and then January. We're now in February, so I need to start grinding out again. I have got games that I am working on to platinum, and hopefully by the time this video is up, the Gotham Knights one, I will have caught up and have some platinums to actually talk about. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you for being patient with me when it came to these videos. I know that I've been slacking and that I need to push myself a little bit harder, and that is what I'm going to do. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I love you more than anything. Thank you, and I will catch you in the next episode, whenever that may be. Take care of yourselves, everyone, and goodbye for now.